Hello, friends. Welcome back again on the Consistency in Silence YouTube channel. In the previous class, we have completed our first part, that is Union and its territory, and we ended our lecture on the three commissions. वो मैंने आपको बताई थी कौन कौन सी थी. द फर्स्ट वन बीइंग द धार कमीशन, द सेकंड इज द 3 member कमीशन JVP कमीशन, एंड द थर्ड वन that is very much important, फजल अली कमीशन. This last commission, Fazal Ali Commission, is the one that recommended division of states based on the linguistic pattern. But sole criteria of one state, one language has been rejected. After that, the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1956 as well as State Reorganization Act has been passed, and after that we have 14 states and some union territories. तो ये थी लास्ट क्लास की बात. नाउ वी विल ड्वेल इनटू द चैप्टर ऑफ सिटीजनशिप. सो सबसे पहले तो यहाँ जो भी प्रीलिम्स के फैक्ट्स हैं वो सब लिख लेते हैं. So this will cover our whole today's chapter with the new amendment to this Citizenship Act, जो कि शायद से 2019 में आया था, तो वो हम पढ़ेंगे. Definition: Who is a citizen? A citizen is the member of a country which enjoys full membership of that particular country. It means all the rights, all the duties will be given to this particular member of the society. This member of that country is enjoying rights and duties in every aspect of its life. So इसका मतलब होता है citizenship. That person, that member is the citizen of that country. Now suppose a foreigner migrated to India. This foreigner doesn't enjoy all the rights, all the duties that have been given by the respective country. So that's why it is a foreigner or a non-citizen. So ये हमने देख ली definition. The second is articles. So in the previous lecture we have studied articles 1 to 4. So यहाँ कौन कौन से आ जाते हैं? Articles 5 to 11 talks about the citizens. Then there are some articles that are given to citizens only. I have told you that citizen is a member of the nation that enjoys full membership. जितने भी privileges मिल सकते हैं एक member को वो उसे दिए जाएंगे by the country. यही सारे privileges are not entitled, these are not given or entitled to some foreign citizens. So which of those articles are only reserved for citizens? तो ये है 15, 16, 19, 29, 30 और एक छोटा सा मान लीजिए 18 clause 2. सो ये आपको रटने पड़ेंगे और याद हो जाएंगे आप. ठीक है. 15, you can't discriminate on certain grounds: religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth. You will provide equal opportunity to every citizen in matter of public employment. Right to free speech and expression. These are for minority groups, right? And this is related to titles. ठीक है. So these are the articles that pertains only to citizens of the country. These articles are not given, these rights are not given to some foreigners. सब क्या? All foreigners. Now the constitution at the time of its commencement doesn't give elaborate provisions of how a citizen is recognized. The constitution only delineates which persons are to be considered the citizen of India after a particular period. When we attain our independence and we declare ourselves republic, Then there are certain sections of citizens which have been recognized by the constitution as the citizens of India. There are some provisions, you can read it from the Lakshmikant book itself, that those who are domiciled in India, those who have migrated from Pakistan, so such kind of provisions are there. So the constitution only identifies at that particular time, since on the eve of our independence, those members who are fulfilling certain criteria that have been given in the constitution, those will be called the citizens of India, and the rest provisions are given to parliament in article 11. So article 11 is the most important article regarding the citizenship. In prelims ऐसे दिया जाएगा आपको, जब मैं पूरा आपको चैप्टर पढ़ा दूंगा, चलो पहले पढ़ा ही देता हूँ, फिर आपको अच्छे से रिलेट होगा कि प्रीलिम्स में आपके पास कैसे चीज़ें आ सकती है. So Article 11 gives all the privileges or power to the Parliament regarding provisions of citizenship. Then we have, by using this Article 11 by Parliament has enacted an act which is called Citizenship Act of 1955. Now this Citizenship Act of 1955 recognizes citizens via two methods. Jus solis and jus sanguine. Solis मतलब land or soil, and this is by descent. So there are two ways by which one can acquire the citizenship of India. Now we will have elaborate provisions of this Citizenship Act of 1955. In this, two things are given: the ways to acquire Indian citizenship and the ways for the termination or abrogation of Indian citizenship. So these have been clearly defined in Citizenship Act of 1955. Yet another thing that Constitution declares, that a person will not remain a citizen of India if he or she has acquired the foreign citizenship voluntarily. Understood? So this one provision of termination has also been given in our constitution. So these are the ways of acquiring Indian citizenship. The first one is of by birth, just solis, land or soil, by birth on Indian soils. in by birth from 26 January 1950 to 1 July 1987. There was a provision that if a child is born on Indian soils, then irrespective of the citizenship of its parent, it will be given the Indian citizenship. So this was the first provision between 26 Jan 1950 to 1 July 1987. Between 1 July 1987 to 3 December 2004, these are basically amendments to this citizenship bill. Between these two dates, either of its parent has to be a Indian citizen by birth. Then if the child is born on Indian soils, it will be given the Indian citizenship. And after 3 December 2004, both of the parents has to be Indian citizens by birth. और ग्लोबलाइजेशन आ गया था, मतलब फॉरेनर्स भी इंडियन सॉइल्स पे आ गए थे. सो एक और प्रोविजन डाल दिया इसके साथ कि वन हैज़ टू बी इंडियन सिटीजन एंड अनदर अ फॉरेनर हैज़ नॉट बीन एन इलीगल इमिग्रेंट. ठीक है, तो एक या माँ या पापा जो कि सिटीजनशिप बाई बर्थ है इंडिया के, एंड सेकेंड ऑफ ऑल जो भी फॉरेनर आया है वो इलीगल माइग्रेंट नहीं है. और थर्ड तो प्रोविजन है ही, द चाइल्ड शुड बी बोर्न ऑन इंडियन सॉइल्स. सो दिस इज द क्राइटेरिया ऑफ बाई बर्थ. The second step by descent, acquiring citizenship by descent. Between 26 January 1950, mind you, this is the date of our republic, 26 Jan 1950 to 10th of December 1992. If the child is born between these two dates, and if the child or the parents of the child want it to become an Indian citizen by descent, then particular condition that father should be citizen of India by birth at the child of the delivery of the baby. This is the first condition. Between 10th of December 1992 and 3rd of December 2004, the provisions has been relaxed. Either father or mother should be a citizen, Indian citizen by birth, and the child will acquire the Indian citizenship by descent. But there was a problem in this. क्या होता था? Father and mother are residing in foreign territory. They have given birth to the baby. Now the mother wants the baby to be given the Indian citizenship, and the father wants to give baby the foreign citizenship. As the Indian rules are very much relaxed and there is no proper scrutiny there, so this particular child used to have the two citizenship at particular period of time. One is Indian citizenship and second is the foreigner citizenship. So this particular loophole has been exploited by such number of couples. Then another amendment has been done in 3rd of December 2004, where parents has to declare that this particular child who is getting the Indian citizenship by descent doesn't have the citizenship of any other country. So parents are held responsible if the child has another citizenship. So these are the provisions by descent. One pattern you can recognize here, in by birth, the tightening of the provisions can be seen chronologically. पहले तो irrespective of the parents' nationality, then either of one of them should be Indian citizen, and then both or one of them should be Indian citizen and another is not a illegal immigrant. So there is tightening of the provisions here. तो ऐसे आप याद कर सकते हो. By descent there is some kind of swiftning or loosening of provisions. देखिए, only father by birth, second में either by birth, and third में only parents declaration is required. ये plus parents declaration is required. The third step or third form of acquiring Indian citizenship is incorporation of territory. In the previous class, if your memory goes back to our class second, I think class second, we have given what we have given the provisions of India being a नहीं provisions of India being a territory नहीं, the phrase territory of India. So this particular phrase territory of India is much larger than the phrase union of states. हमने पढ़ा था ये चीज़, तो उसमें हमने ये पढ़ा था टेरिटरी ऑफ इंडिया क्यों बड़ी है, क्योंकि इन द फ्यूचर इंडिया बीइंग अ सॉवरेन कंट्री कैन एक्वायर अ फॉरेन लैंड, पढ़ा था हमने. सो वहीं से ये प्रोविजन यहाँ उठा के ले आए हम. इफ इन फ्यूचर इंडिया इनकॉर्पोरेट्स अ फॉरेन टेरिटरी, then the residents of that place will be given a choice, either be a part of India, acquire Indian citizenship, or you are free to leave this place. So this is incorporation of territory. Then we have registration. You have heard the terms of PIO, people of Indian origin, overseas citizens of India. So such kind of people can acquire the Indian citizenship by registration. The rules have been relaxed to 7 years. अगर ये रिलैक्सड है 7 years तो असली रूल्स क्या हैं? बाय नेचुरलाइजेशन इसमें कितना है 11 years. ठीक है. वाई रजिस्ट्रेशन, अच्छा यहाँ से मेरे को एक बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट याद आया है. इफ देर आर इलेक्शंस ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट इन द USA, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका, ओनली द सिटीजनशिप बाय बर्थ is to be qualified if a member has to stand in the presidential elections. In India, if the member is citizenship by birth or even by naturalization, he or she can stand in the presidential election. तो इंडिया में बहुत ज़्यादा रिलैक्सड है to be elected as president by birth or by naturalization. In USA only by birth. Understood? रजिस्ट्रेशन मैंने बताया कुछ स्पेसिफिक काइंड्स ऑफ पीपल लाइक PIO, OCI एंड अदर्स काइंड ऑफ पीपल, दे विल गेट रजिस्टर्ड इन इंडिया और उनको 7 साल रहना पड़ेगा इंडियन सॉइल्स में. दे विल टेक ओथ ऑन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. सो दिस प्रोविजन प्लीज रिमेंबर इट. इन नेचुरलाइजेशन, सी इफ अ फॉरेनर is obsessed with Indian traditions, with Indian culture, with Indian spiritualism, कहाँ चले गए वो? वृंदावन चले गया, वाराणसी चले गया, उत्तराखंड चले गया, and he is very much flabbergasted with the culture, diversified culture of India, then he wants to gain Indian citizenship. For that particular case, he has to reside in India 11 years continuously before applying for the application. So this is called citizenship by naturalization. There is a twist here. If this foreigner is a citizen of a country which doesn't have this naturalization provision in their country, it means if an Indian wants to acquire the citizenship of that particular foreign country and this foreign country's constitution doesn't have any rule of this naturalization process, then India also will not allow that particular country's citizens to become a citizen of India. Understood? टिट फॉर टैट करेंगे हम. अगर तुम हमें नेचुरलाइजेशन से नहीं दे सकते, तुम्हारी कंट्री, तुम्हारे प्रोविजंस, तुम्हारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन नहीं अलाउ करता, तो हमारा भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन नहीं अलाउ करता. सो ये चीज़ है भाई. नेचुरलाइजेशन में 11 years एंड यू हैव टू हैव एडिक्वेट नॉलेज ऑफ Schedule 8 languages. ठीक है. Today's homework is go and study Schedule 8 languages. कौन कौन सी हैं एक बार go through it. Is English included? Is Hindi included? Is Sindhi included? है ना. तो एक बार आप देखना ये सब. Is संथाली, our president, incumbent president द्रौपदी मुर्मू is a first tribal president. वो शायद से संथाली ट्राइब से बिलोंग करती है. तो देखिए संथाली है क्या. अगर है तो पहले से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में थी क्या, नहीं तो कौन से अमेंडमेंट से आई. तो ये सब आप देखिए जाके, जो कि मैं पिछले क्लासेस में पढ़ा चुका हूँ. सो दिस इज बाय नेचुरलाइजेशन. These are all the provisions that has been written in the amendment. in the Citizenship Act of 1955. But Constitution also empowers the government. If a particular individual has contributed to world peace, to philosophy, to art, to science, then all these provisions can be annulled by the government, and that particular individual will be given the citizenship of India. It means we value your contribution to Indian heritage. So this is kind of thanks from the Indian government side to this member. So this was all about the act. These are all things about the acquiring of citizenship. Now the termination of citizenship that has been written in this act. आपको होप्स हो ये सब याद हो गया होगा, और अगर नहीं याद हुआ तो वो जो 2 ट्रिक्स मैंने बताई, द 2 ट्रिक्स दैट आई हैव टोल्ड यू. फर्स्ट, बाय बर्थ आफ्टर 1960s 1970s there is a huge population explosion in India, so we have to counter this. That's why we keep strictening our provisions regarding birth. तभी तो हमें कम करना है अपनी पॉपुलेशन. तो ऐसे तो कम नहीं हो रही, तो इसका मतलब सिटीजनशिप ही मत दो इनको. अंडरस्टूड? By descent, India has a large diaspora all across the world, one of the biggest diaspora and one of the biggest remittances gaining country in the world. So that's why we have to provide some privileges, some rights to our Indian diaspora. And also we want to counter the brain drain theory. So that's why we keep relaxing of our descent provisions. अंडरस्टूड? तो ऐसे आप याद कर सकते हैं. द एब्रोगेशन ऑफ सिटीजनशिप. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग इज वॉलंटरी. इफ आपने दूसरे कंट्री की सिटीजनशिप ले ली वॉलंटरीली, तो आपकी सिटीजनशिप छूट जाएगी. इफ़ यू कंटिन्यूसली रिसाइड्स 7 years नॉट इन इंडिया, मतलब इन फॉरेन टेरिटरी, देन योर सिटीजनशिप विल बी गॉन. ठीक है. टर्मिनेशन और लास्ट है एक्वायरिंग ऑफ सिटीजनशिप बाय फ्रॉड. So acquiring of citizenship by fraud or misrepresentation of facts, communicating with the enemy on during the war times. So these all are provisions which can take you to the place where government has to abrogate your citizenship. Understood? तो ये है. वॉलंटरी है कि दूसरी कंट्री में आपने सिटीजनशिप ले ली या 7 साल आप कंट्री के बाहर हो. सो दीज आर ऑल द प्रोविजंस ऑफ द सिटीजनशिप एक्ट. नाउ मैं जो प्रीलिम्स की बात बता रहा था, अब सुन लीजिए वो वाला क्वेश्चन. प्रीलिम्स में ऐसा आएगा, पूरी स्टेटमेंट बहुत अच्छे से सजा के देंगे आपको. There are 5 ways of acquiring citizenship in India, and there are 3 ways of termination of citizenship by India by constitution, as written in constitution. This is the last phrase. So most of the students will do this mistake. Yes, citizenship 5 बार हाँ सही है, 3 बार टर्मिनेशन सही है, बिल्कुल करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. तो ऐसे फंसाएगा आपको यूपीएससी. एट द वेरी एंड यू हैव टू कंसंट्रेट ऑन रीडिंग द क्वेश्चन केयरफुली. ऐसे आपको फंसाएगा. तो मैंने क्या क्या बार बार बोला है. पार्लियामेंट अंडर आर्टिकल 11 has the responsibility to enact the elaborate provisions regarding citizenship. The parliament using these powers have legislated an act that is Citizenship Act of 1955, which has been amended in chronological way, as I have told you. This act has the 5 ways of acquiring the Indian citizenship and 3 ways of terminating the Indian citizenship. But one way of termination of Indian citizenship has been written in Constitution, that if you acquire voluntarily the citizenship of any foreign country, तो इसमें आपकी citizenship खुद ही छूट जाएगी. Now the last point. The Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. It means the 1955 has been amended in 2019, which we are calling CAA or CAB, जो भी आप बोल सकते हैं. Previously, it was Constitution Amendment Bill. When enacted by our legislature, then it came to be known as Constitutional Amendment Act. In particular, this we have written a trickery of words. तो ये कैसा trickery of words है? जितना भी इसमें 3-4 स्टेटमेंट लिखी हुई है उसको एक ही स्टेटमेंट में लिखा जा सकता था, दैट इज़ नॉन मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी, बट वी हैव टू स्पेसिफाई थिंग्स इन द लॉ. तो ये उस साइड से भी मिस्टेक नहीं है. क्यों? क्योंकि उनको इन्हीं पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप्स को देनी थी सिटीजनशिप, एंड लॉ हैज़ टू बी वेरी क्रिस्प एंड वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट, तभी उसमें से कोई लूप होल नहीं निकाल सकता. तो हमने 6 माइनॉरिटीज़ इन अवर नेबरिंग इस्लामिक स्टेट्स, इन 6 माइनॉरिटीज़ को हमने सिटीजनशिप ग्रांट करी है. आई थिंक क्रिश्चियन इज़ द लास्ट. एक बार देख लेना, मैं एक बार चेक कर लेता हूँ क्रिश्चियंस है क्या. यस, क्रिश्चियंस आर देयर. सो हिंदूज, सिख्स, पारसीज, बुद्धिस्ट, जैन्स एंड क्रिश्चियंस. दिस 6 minorities have been given the status of Indian citizenship. कहाँ कहाँ से ये आए हैं भैया? 3 जगह से आए हैं. अगर आपको याद नहीं हो रहा तो आप मानिए 2 जगह से आए हैं. एंड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट बिफोर 1971 वॉर, बांग्लादेश लिबरेशन वॉर. तो वही आए हैं बस पाकिस्तान से, इस्लामिक रिपब्लिक, अफ़गानिस्तान से इस्लामिक रिपब्लिक. बट 1971 के बाद ईस्ट पाकिस्तान का नाम बांग्लादेश, सो ये हमने बांग्लादेश भी इंक्लूड कर दिया. आप ऐसे याद कर लेना, नहीं तो दिक्कत होती है कहाँ से, म्यांमार से है क्या, नेपाल से है क्या, बिकॉज वी हैव वेरी वास्ट सब्जेक्ट्स एंड वेरी वास्ट थिंग्स टू रिमेंबर. सो वहाँ ये थोड़ी छोटी ट्रिक्स काम आ जाती हैं. So from these 3 Muslim countries, we have enabled or we have changed the provisions of acquiring Indian citizenship. The 11 years rule has been relaxed to 5 years. डेट कौन सी कट ऑफ डेट? 2014. 2014 से पहले जो आए हुए हैं और वो 5 साल से रह रहे हैं तो उनको सिटीजनशिप ग्रांट कर दी गई. 2 laws have been relaxed. The Foreigners Act and Passport Acts have been relaxed. So this is all about our citizenship, and in the next class we will be covering the holistic chapter and the most important chapter of fundamental rights. So make sure you watch the full course of polity, क्योंकि आपके बहुत सारे चीज़ें क्लियर होंगी. एंड साथ के साथ in parallel I will be giving you some hints, some directions as to how the statements in the prelims can be found by the examiner. तो सबसे ज़रूरी है implementation of this knowledge. ये सब तो हम पढ़ रहे हैं, अच्छी बात है. Implementation of this knowledge in prelims, implementation of this knowledge in mains. तो सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छी जो बड़ी चीज़ है, इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है, डेट इज़ इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. और वो आपको या तो पेपर देख के मिलेगी या तो मैं बीच बीच में ऐसा आपको बताता रहूँगा कि ऐसी स्टेटमेंट आएगी, यहाँ ये गलती निकालेंगे, तो आपको तब समझ आएगी. तो तब तक के लिए इफ़ यू आर लाइकिंग दिस कंटेंट, प्लीज़ मेक श्योर टू लाइक दिस वीडियो, शेयर इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स एंड सब्सक्राइब टू अवर यूट्यूब चैनल. तब तक के लिए गुड बाय, जय हिंद.